Good morning, y'all. It's time for breakfast, and we're on John chapter 13. And before the festival of the Pesach, Yeshua, knowing that his hour had come, that he should move out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. And supper taking place, the devil having already put it into the heart of Yehuda from Kerioth, son of Shimon, to deliver him up. Yeshua, knowing that the Father had given all into his hands, and that he had come from Elohim and was going to Elohim, rose from the supper and laid aside his garments, and having taken up a towel, he girded himself. And after he put water into a basin and began to wash the feet of the taught ones, and to wipe them with the towel with which he was girded. And so he came to Shimon on Kephah, and he said to him, Master, do you wash my feet? I'm going to pause there and go back for a moment because I want to point something out. John says here that Yeshua, knowing that the Father had given all into his hands, and that he had come from Elohim and was going to Elohim. John isn't saying that as if Jesus had this epiphany. John is saying that for our sake. Jesus, knowing full well who he was, where he was from, and where he was going, filled a basin full of water to wash their feet. It's so that you will get the strike in your heart that shows you who your master is, whom you call master. Verse 6, and so he came to Shimon Kephah, and he said to him, Master, do you wash my feet? Yeshua answered and said to him, You do not know what I am doing now, but you shall after this. Kephah said to him, By no means shall you wash my feet ever. Yeshua answered him, If I do not wash you, you have no part with me. Shimon Kephah said to him, Master, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. Yeshua said to him, He who has had a bath does not need to wash except his feet, but is clean altogether. And you are clean, but not all of you. For he knew who would deliver him up, so he said, You are not all clean. So when he had washed their feet, and taken his garments and sat down again, he said to them, Do you know what I have done to you? You call me teacher and master, and you say, Well, for I am. Then if I, master and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I gave you an example that you should do as I have done to you. Truly, truly, I say to you, a servant is not greater than his master, nor is an emissary greater than he who sent him. If you know these teachings, blessed are you if you do them. I do not speak concerning all of you. I know whom I have chosen. But the scripture might be filled. He who eats bread with me has lifted his head against me. Now I say to you, before it takes place, that when it does take place, you shall believe that I am. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who receives whomever I send receives me, and he who receives me receives him who sent me. When Yeshua had said this, he was troubled in spirit and witnessed and said, Truly, truly, I say to you, one of you shall deliver me up. The taught ones looked at one another, doubting of whom he spoke. And one of his taught ones, whom Yeshua loved, was reclining at the bosom of Yeshua. Shimon Kepha then motioned to him to ask who it was of whom he spoke. And leaning back on the breast of Yeshua, he said to him, Master, who is it? Yeshua answered, It is he whom I shall give a piece of bread when I have dipped it. And having dipped the bread, he gave it to Yehuda from Kerioth, son of Shimon. And after the piece of bread, Satan entered into him. Yeshua therefore said to him, What you do, do quickly. But no one at the table knew why he said this to him. For some were supposing because Yehuda had the bag that Yeshua was saying to him, But what we need for the festival, or that he should give somewhat to the poor. So having received the piece of bread, he then went out straight away, and it was night. When therefore he went out, Yeshua said, Now the son of Adam has been esteemed, and Elohim has been esteemed in him. If Elohim has been esteemed in him, Elohim shall also esteem him in himself, and straightway esteem him. Little children, yet a little while I am with you. You shall seek me, and as I said to the Yehudim, where I am going, you are unable to come. So now also say to you, a renewed command I give to you, that you love one another, as I have loved you, that you also love one another. By this shall all know that you are my taught ones, if you have love for one another. Let's read that one more time. By this shall all know that you are my taught ones, if you have love for one another. Shimon Kepha said to him, Master, where are you going? Yeshua answered him, Where I am going, you are unable to follow me now, but afterward you shall follow me. Kepha said to him, Master, why am I unable to follow you now? I shall lay down my life for you. Yeshua answered him, Shall you lay down your life for me? Truly, truly, I say to you, the cock shall not crow at all until you have denied me 3 times. Let not your heart be troubled. Believe in Elohim, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many places, and if not, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I shall come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, you might be too. And where I go, you know, and the way you know. Thomas said to him, Master, we do not know where you are going, and how are we able to know the way? Yeshua said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you had known me, you would have known my Father too. From now on you know him and have seen him. Philip said to him, Master, show us the Father, and it is enough for us. Yeshua said to him, Have I been with you so long, and you have not known me, Philip? He who has seen me has seen the Father. And how do you say, Show us the Father? Do you not believe that I am in the Father, and the Father is in me? The words that I speak to you, I do not speak from myself, but the Father who stays in me does his work. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me. Otherwise, believe me because of the works themselves. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who believes in me, the works that I do, he shall do also. And greater works than these he shall do, because I go to my Father. And whatever you ask in my name, that I shall do, in order that the Father might be esteemed in the Son. If you ask whatever in my name, I shall do it. If you love me, you shall guard my commands. And I shall ask the Father, and he shall give you another helper, to stay with you forever. The Spirit of the truth, whom the world is unable to receive, because it does not see him or know him. But you know him, for he stays with you and shall be in you. I shall not leave you orphans. I am coming to you. Yet a little while, and the world no longer sees me, but you shall see me. Because I live, you shall live. In that day you shall know that I am in my Father, and you in me, and I in you. He who possesses my commands and guards them, it is he who loves me, and he who loves me shall be loved by my Father, and I shall love him and manifest myself to him. Yehuda, not the one from Kerioth, said to him, Master, what has come about that you are about to manifest yourself to us and not to the world? Yeshua answered him, If anyone loves me, he shall guard my word, and my Father shall love him, and we shall come to him and make our stay with him. He who does not love me does not guard my words, and the word which you hear is not mine, but of the Father who sent me. These words I have spoken to you while still with you. But the Helper, the set-apart Spirit, whom the Father shall send in my name, he shall teach you all, and remind you all that I said to you. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. You heard that I said to you, I am going away, and I am coming to you. If you did love me, you would have rejoiced that I said, I am going to the Father, for my Father is greater than I. And now, I have told you before it takes place, that when it does take place, you shall believe. I shall no longer talk much with you, for the ruler of this world is coming, and he possesses none at all in me. But in order for the world to know that I love the Father, and that as the Father commanded me, so I am doing. Rise up, let us go from here.